definitely probably my best heck shot ever, and it's with the new one, so that's positive. Now let's go toss some plastic. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we take on the second half of Deerfield Park, and we are taking on the Wildwood course. Now it is gloomy, I think it's currently raining, it's windy, it is terrible weather out, but it's never a bad day for a round of disc golf. And we have hole 1, 176 feet, completely blind. I used to always go up and scout these. Now I just throw them completely blind and lift my hand up like I'm gonna ace it, because one day I think I will, but it is looking like a sharp hyzer shot. I am really excited to get this round started, and we are gonna start off with our Justice. Go in. Nope, that hit about 3 trees. Maybe we'll knock down the putt. Let's get started. Well, our ignorance did not pay off this time, to say the least. We are still probably 70 feet from the basket, and we have landed right between this tree and this 4x4. So we don't have much room to maneuver our putter. Oh, you know, not bad for the first putt of the day. And we caught a massive roll away. What an unexpected start to this round. I had so much confidence, I didn't even bring another putter. I just brought my Justice thinking I was gonna tap it in, but now we have our soaked hammer. Hopefully we'll make down the best par save of my life and move on. Yeah. Nothing like that first hole bogey to really kick things off. Hole 2, and this is not an easy one, 285 feet, dead straight, quite a bit uphill at the end of the fairway. There is room for a big kind of flex forehand shot, but I'm definitely not gonna try to do that. I'm gonna try to take my envy, rifle it up this right-hand side, hopefully get lucky, get through that last set of trees up there, and leave ourselves a putt. I'm not sure if I'll even be able to get this there. Man, what a rough start. This is a tricky hole. Even if you hit this bigger gap, there's a lot more trees up there. All right, we got to wrangle it in. We have a tricky little approach shot here. I am blind to the basket. Have to go with kind of a big hyzer. I'm guessing we're around 100 feet away for the 2. Oh, nice little shot. We'll take that. We'll slowly get back on track here. I don't know how we got off track so bad in only 2 holes. For the par, hole 3, 331 feet, and we have another completely blind hole. It looks like the basket is just dead straight, but for some reason, I kind of feel like it might have a right finish. We are gonna full send our hex. Oh, I nailed my microphone. I don't know why I keep doing it. That was looking really good. We just center punched that tree up there. Dang it. The famous quote of "this drive would have been great if that tree wasn't there" perfectly applies to this situation. We have left ourselves a fun, long downhill putt though. Probably pushing around that 80-foot range. Oh, good, not great. I know I'm not the only disc golfer out there that has this go through their head, but when you're playing on kind of these gritty days where every disc you throw is covered in dirt, and you go to pick up your upshot or your drive, you're like 40 feet from the basket, and in your head you're like, I can clean this dirt off just by making this shot real quick. And then you throw it thinking you're gonna just make it, hit the chains, dirt's gonna fall off, but in reality you miss it by 5 feet and it gets even dirtier. That's kind of been just the memo of the day so far. Hole 4, and this one is a doozy, 353 feet. It looks like a giant anhyzer off the tee pad. There is this kind of sneaky right side lane that I'm very tempted to throw down, because if the basket isn't that crazy of an anhyzer. I'd rather just throw straight. So I do think I'm gonna gamble a little bit, roll the dice. I'm gonna take my hex, rocket it down this gap, hopefully up there, make a play for the pin on shot number 2. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. I don't know. It was a great shot. Ton of distance, I think. I don't know if we got all of 350, but it was turning to the right. Might be our 1000 IQ play. He absolutely crushed this hex. I cannot believe how well this shot turned out. Sometimes you just can't overthink the hole and you just have to full send it. Unfortunately, we don't have an easy putt even with this drive. We have to thread the needle in between these 2 trees, hopefully knock down a great 2, build some momentum, and keep going. We had to have it. We absolutely had to have it. Let's go. That's definitely probably my best hex shot ever. And it's with the new one, so that's positive. Hole 5, 263 feet. And I actually walked up this fairway a bit and still do not see the basket. I think we have a classic horseshoe situation here, an extreme left turn. So in that situation, we are gonna go with our scepter. I'm sure that I didn't make it to the basket. It'd be hard to, but I think it was a solid tee shot. We only needed the scepter to push about 10 more feet and we would have caught this huge downslope, but instead we've left ourselves a very tricky, but honestly very fun, long downhill putt, probably around 50 feet for the 2. Oh. It's always a shame when you don't hit anything on those really fun putts. Like, it's not very often you get to look at a putt like this. Oh, that was better. Hole 6, 170 feet, and we are gonna start bouncing up to the shorts for some of these because the longs are not very favorable for filming, as you guys have noticed. We have 170 feet, we have a strong left finish, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm feeling a little extra today. I'm gonna go with a skip shot. You could easily go with some, towering hyzer shot, but I've never made a skip shot, let alone a skip ace. So we're gonna take our splice, full send it up there, hopefully get lucky. Oh my gosh, we skipped right in front of that basket and nailed the tree. Once we get up there, you guys will realize how close that actually was. We were what, maybe a foot, maybe a foot and a half short. That doesn't get much closer than that or the putt. I just want to take a second and say thank you to anybody who has jumped on my website, ordered any used discs, and even some merch. I can't tell you how excited I get every time I see one of those packages ship out. So thanks again, and just thanks all of you for taking the time to watch this video. If you are enjoying it, consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Hole 7, nice, short, simple ace run opportunity. We have 168 feet, dead straight. We are gonna go with our Envy. Nope. Maybe I should have went with the Rhino. That Envy, even if I try to make it hyzer, it stays straight. We have left ourselves a tricky, slightly outside of C1 putt. We have this tree just right in front of us here, forcing us to go with an ante shot to save our 2. Oh, barely. I had no confidence in that putt, but maybe that's what we need to get jump started a little bit. Hole 8, 382 feet, and it looks like we have another kind of crazy one, maybe another horseshoe shot ahead of us here. I am just gonna stick with the theme. I'm gonna full send my Halo Boss, try to keep it pretty low to the ground, hopefully get a monstrous skip, and then find the basket on shot number 2. I know that skipped big. The Halo Boss always skips big, but how far did it skip? That's the question. Let me tell you something, guys. That turn is far more aggressive than I realized. It's almost like a complete, just a straight left turn. So I am more than happy that the Boss made it up even this far. We have left ourselves a long, tricky one, probably around 75 feet, way uphill, big ante shot. Not a bad little run. For the 3, hole 9, 290 feet, and it is dead straight. Another blind one. I assume it's right on the other side of that hill because we're running out of that 290 feet. So I'm gonna disc up, go with a flippy fairway driver. Hopefully we hit the top of that hill, skip over it, leave ourselves a putt. We are not missing the trees today. It's a great throw, perfect flip up. Just released it late. It was never missing it. The crazy thing is that basket is just sitting on the top of the hill. Truly, from the tee pad, I knew like 290 feet I should be able to see it. That's how blended in, especially with fall, as Michigan gets a lot of red colors too. That red on the basket just looks like, you know, another set of leaves. That is insane. That thing was invisible from the tee pad. We have left ourselves a tricky one, probably 80 feet way uphill for the 2. Oh, I think we got a little old-fashioned pull tapper there. For the 3, for today's hole 9 break, I want to ask you guys, what is your opinion of playing glow golf? I recently have played a little bit more this year than I have in the past, and I wonder, do you think it improves your game at all? Not a huge glow golfer. I get burnt out of it pretty quickly, and I think to really enjoy it, you have to have the baskets lit up as well, which, you know, is a lot of work. I have a little satchel bag that has like 3 or 4 glow discs in it. If I ever join a, you know, play a little league, glow league, or play with a couple buddies, that's usually all I bring. The last time I played a glow round without lighting up the baskets, me and the boys, we all threw terrible tee shots, and somehow over the course of like 4 more consecutive shots, we just ended up back in the driveway, in the parking lot of the disc golf course, so we just called it a day and went home. I also have another friend that's recently been getting really fired up, always saying, I want to play glow golf, I need to get a glow light, and I kept telling them, listen, you need a UV black light. Like, that's what you need to light your disc up, and they just kept saying glow light, glow light. Well, they finally pulled the trigger. They went online, ordered a glow light. You know what they got? A really nice flashlight. Yes, it was very comical, a very nice, expensive, just flashlight. You guys let me know your opinions of glow, especially with the time changing. It's getting dark very early. So for a lot of people, when you get out of work, glow might be the only option you have. And the biggest question is, do you think it improves your game? Hole 10, 255 feet. Now, as you can see, the basket is dead straight, but our fairway is shaping up left to right. Perfect for that flex forehand shot. And because that's something I'm trying to improve with my game, I'm going to give it a go. I've never tried to forehand the justice on any distance. So I'm gonna really kind of reef into this, see if we can get 250 on a forehand with it, and I don't know, maybe end up with a putt. Oh, all right. No, but you know, it felt good. It did feel good. It didn't turn out good, but it felt good. It's a start. So the justice has left us in a very tricky situation. The basket's tucked up there, kind of in the brush. The only disc that has a chance at this is the Waka Waka. I would guess we're about 65 feet away. Oh, that had to be pretty close. It is a shame. This is an amazing, just gorgeous pin location, and you cannot see it until you're at the last 15 feet of the hole. One real quick thing, guys, the walks from hole 9 to 10 and 10 to 11 are quite long and pretty easy to get lost for your first playthrough. But hole 11 is without question the most gorgeous hole on this course so far. We have 252 feet, dead straight. The basket's just tucked behind those trees down there, and we have a lot of wind picking up out here. So I'm gonna disc up and go with a soft crow. All right, little short. We got caught up in those branches a little bit, but hopefully we can knock that one down. We are stuck with yet another tricky little Annie putt. It seems like it's been a reoccurring theme on most of the holes here, right at circle's edge to save our 2. It's not playing well today. Not playing well. Hole 12, 346 feet. Another just completely blind hole. It looks like we have a low ceiling. We're throwing uphill, and then we have a sharp left turn somewhere up there. The big spike hyzer is tempting, but I'm definitely not gonna go for it. We are gonna full send our Firestorm. Get up there. All right, it's really hard to hit a ceiling that low uphill with the wind. It was definitely making the Firestorm dance. I'm sure we have a long way to go. Here's where the Firestorm left us, and honestly, I'm just happy that we cleared the hill and stayed under that low ceiling. But we have a long one, probably close to 70 feet for the 2. Oh. Just needed a little more commitment to it. Ever since I first got here and filmed the first course and I pushed the bag boy down that huge hill, I've developed a really bad habit. And as you can see, every time there's a downslope, I just keep sending it. I'm sending it every time, and we keep ending up like off in the rough. It has not tipped over though. It will soon, I've no doubt. Hole 13, nice and simple, very gorgeous hole. We have 273 feet. We are throwing downhill kind of into a wide open field. I know there's a lot of wind swirling around down there. We are gonna go with our Kotuku. Get down. All right, hopefully I didn't block the tracer. I'm not entirely sure where we landed down there. Hopefully not in the thick rough behind the basket. Kotuku landed way over here. And to be honest with you guys, I don't even know how. It didn't seem like it was that high in the air to make it probably close to 50 feet away from the basket. Hopefully we can knock down this long, swirly winding putt. We could use a birdie. Hole 14, 332 feet. Hopefully you guys can see the basket. I am completely blind to it here, but we have kind of a dead straight, slight ante the entire way downhill shot. Oh my gosh, that one tree down there, it was holding a beautiful little ante. You know, that's how it is sometimes. Some days are just not your days. The hex has left us on the edge of probably circled 2. I'd say this is around 60 feet. And again, we have to go with a little S putt because this tree right here is blocking any kind of hyzer putt. So another tricky one for the 2. Come on. Oh, close, 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 close. Hole 15, and we have another blind one, 257 feet to what I assume is a huge anhyzer shot. Oh, wow. Well, that didn't go very far. We clipped like the tiniest little, I wasn't even paying attention to that tree leaning over in the fairway there. It is really unfortunate. Those big ante shots are my absolute favorite to walk up to on a tee pad, and we flubbed it, absolutely flubbed it, leaving ourselves another long putt. This one's probably 75 feet. Oh, there was 2 tree branches to hit on this hole. I nailed both of them. We are definitely the conductor of the par train today. You remember a little while back when I mentioned how later something was probably gonna happen? Well, it happened. It's finally happened. The cart has taken its first spill, and I think I'm satisfied now. I think I'm good. I don't need to just keep sending it down hills anymore. Hole 16, 209 feet dead straight. The basket's tucked up at the base of those trees up there. We have to go with a slight ante the entire way, and hopefully the wind does not bully our Stingray. All right, that got pushed down pretty quick, but hopefully we got enough ground play. Better late than never for the much needed birdie. Hole 17, 438 feet. It looks like we have to hang dead straight for quite a while, and then it snaps off to the left. And guys, I'll be honest, I've had some audio issues. This will be my third tee shot on this hole, so I am running out of ideal choices. My last one, my Firebird, worked out great, but we are gonna try to go with a soft Wraith. Be good, please. Oh, man. My first two were pretty good. That one, really bad. This is a very unfortunate situation. We have left ourselves probably 170-ish feet. My Firebird is somewhere up there in the fairway. It was one of my best Firebird shots in a long time, but hopefully we can give this a little run with our Pro Rhino. Come on. Oh, that was a pull tapper. That was a long one. I'm still waiting for that Rhino to drop in one of these times. My Firebird was about 110 feet closer. Rounding off our fun day here at Wildwood Disc Golf Course, we have hole 18, and it is absolutely gorgeous. We have a elevated basket in a rock up there, a nice little water carry, and an elevated tee pad. This is a proper way to end a solid disc golf course. 267 feet. Oh, that thing was pushing, pulling, and dancing all over the place and in the road. I think that might not be 267 feet. There's no reason I should have went 40 deep. I have no idea what happened on that tee shot. Maybe we just got a little bit too excited because it is a fun hole. We have left ourselves probably 40-footer for a comeback putt. Hopefully we can end on a good note. Oh no. Nope. Nope. And that wraps up Wildwood Disc Golf Course here at Deerfield Park in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. And guys, my biggest takeaway is I like the other course a lot more. Now, my biggest issue with Wildwood, and this is something that I have seen at plenty of other courses, you have your short tee pads and your long tee pads, and the only thing they did with the longs is you add a very tight curve and make every hole completely blind. If you just want to show up here, throw some ace runs, have a nice relaxed time, avoid, kind of that rough, you can play the shorts. The shorts are a blast. They're a ton of fun. If I happen to play this course again, I will definitely play the shorts. I just think with the longs, when every tee shot you're walking up to, it's blind, but every time you go up to the short, it's just kind of dead straight, point and shoot. I just don't think it's a good design. Now, other than that, like the last review, this place shares all of those same great amenities. It's absolutely beautiful location. You have bathrooms, you have volleyball courts, you have rustic camping if you want to take the family down or meet up the boys with a full weekend of disc golf. Another interesting thing that I learned about this course is when you're on UDisc, you can choose a layout that actually meshes the courses together. And I did realize this while I was walking. Sometimes you'd go up to a tee pad and you'd see a tee pad from the other course very close by. So if you only have time for one round, it's perfect because you can show up here and experience a little bit of both. For this course review, I'm going to let the video do most of the talking because it is in a lot of ways similar to Deerfield's layout as well. But this one, overall, I will give it a solid rating of 7.4 out of 10. I think the shorts really kind of carry it, but they are limited. They're not too, out there abstract kind of point and shoot. And I think the longs, they just didn't do it for me. It felt like a 90-degree turn on a lot of different holes. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Now it's your turn to go toss some plastic.